New players to Escape from Tarkov may not know about the loot stashes dotted throughout Tarkov, or the high-end loot they sometimes contain. Hi guys, I'm Rogue Squid. In this guide I'm focusing on the map Lighthouse. There are currently 20 hidden stashes on Lighthouse, and I'm going to show you where they all are. The map I'm using for this guide is linked in the description, along with timestamps for each stash, which I've numbered so that you can follow along. There are a couple of things to note about Lighthouse for newer players. The map is still changing. The in-raid trader Lightkeeper is due to be added at some point, for example. The rogues located in the water treatment facility make the north of the map more dangerous, and they can shoot you from quite a long way away, so be careful, especially when playing as a bear operative. There are two types of stash, a buried barrel and a camouflaged pit. The camo stashes can blend in quite well, and on Lighthouse a couple of them are very difficult to spot. Finally, the footage for this guide was recorded during the pre-wipe events, one of which temporarily removed all of the loot from maps, which is why all the stashes in my clips are empty. Okay, so we've spawned by the landslide extract, and we're currently level with the two cars, and we need to head up this direction towards the extract for the first stash. You've got the pipe on the left. You want to go past that. And we've got, if you go as far as the cabins and stuff, you've gone too far. We're looking for these tyres, specifically this one on its own in the middle of the road. We're going to jump over the barrier directly opposite. And you've got this tree, and the stash is literally just behind. And that's number 1. Stash number 2 can be found up the mountain from stash number 1. So we have to head back up this way, past the pipe. And we're going to take a right up the hill and basically just follow this trail up the hill. We head straight up here and we're looking at the first bush close to the rocks here. Just at the base of the bush. And that's stash number 2. Stash number 3 can be found back down the mountain. So you have to find a way down without breaking your legs. The tiny island is the other side of these rocks, basically. Pass through these trees, and there's the tiny island. Just the other side of that car. Go round the back of the rock, and it's at the in the bush. And that's stash number 3. Stash number 4 can be found fairly close to stash number 3. We head straight back to the mainland. We pass through these trees. And we're heading for this large group of rocks here. Once we pass this rock on the ground, it's right in front of us, to be honest, in between these two rocks. It's a little bit difficult to get to. That's stash number 4. Stash number 5 can be found up the coast from stash number 4. So we're going to head across the road, keeping the lighthouse on our left. And we're going to head towards these broken down houses. So we're going to keep these rocks on our left and head up to this grassy area with the trees on it. And we're looking to be kind of in line with this peninsula. Sort of. And there's a bush. It's the only bush up here really. At the base of that bush is a stash. It's really well hidden though, this one. And that's stash number 5. Stash number 6 can be found underneath this this building over here. So you got the right hand side of the building, you got that cable reel, and you've got this pile of rocks just to the left of the cable reel. Around the back of that is the stash. And that's number 6. Stash number 7 can be found further up the coast from stash number 6. And from this point we're just looking to head uphill, essentially. We head in through the gap between these rocks and then carry on uphill. After this second large rock, we've got a flat piece of rock. Before we get to this large boulder, we've got this bush. Just at the base of the tiny little bush behind it is the stash. And that's stash number 7. Stash number 8 can be found near the tunnel. So if we head back down the mountain, and we need to cross the road. You've got these like weapon crate boxes type thing here. And we're going to carry on up the hill, past these trees. And the stash is just past this tree, up in the corner here. And that's number 8. Stash number 9 is uphill towards the chalet from stash number 8. So, if we head this direction, keep the bendy road on our left. We've got these weapon boxes again. Helicopters over there. And what we're looking for is that SUV. So, basically, once we get close to that SUV, we need to look to the right. You got that bush. We carry on past it, and you've got that like pointy rock there with a tree in front of it. This rock here. I'm going to go around the back of it, and just underneath the bush is stash number 9. So, from stash number 9, we've got a long way to go for stash number 10. We need to cross the road, and we're heading for the other side of the large mountain, basically. So from this guard hut, we basically follow the road. And you got this lamppost, and you got another lamppost there. Second lamppost, we want to head into the tree line, and you've got that rock on the left, and another rock there. Go to the right a bit, and you've got that broken log on the ground. That's your main marker, with a tree next to it. And just in the grass, and it's very difficult to see, you've got that tree, it's kind of in line with that pier and the car, almost. So yeah, it's quite difficult to see though, so have a hunt around. And that's stash number 10. Stash number 11 can be found to the north of the Path to Shoreline extract. So you've got the concrete wall. Keep that on the right. And we're heading to this rock here, basically. We need to go around the back right-hand side of it, and just behind the bush is stash number 11. Stash number 12 can be found just up from stash number 11. We're going to carry on north from stash 11, keeping these rocks on our right. So you pass by these two large boulders, keeping the line of rocks on your right, and in front of us you've got that long line of rocks. Bush on the left, bush on the right, and it's on the base of the right bush you need the stash. And that's number 12. Stash number 13 is found further north from stashes 12 and 11. We carry on going north, keeping the rocks on our right. In front of us you've got a small lake. We're going to pass by the right hand side of that lake and up the sandy track you can see just behind it. Okay, so you've got the sign for the mines there. Keep out of the sandy area on the left and you should be fine. Right in front of us is a shrub of sorts. Keep that on the right hand side and you've got this kind of circle of 5 or so trees. Right in the middle of that circle is the stash. And that's number 13. Stash number 14 can be found further north towards the rogue camp. So we need to go up toward the second lake. You pass through this clump of trees. There's like a bit of a break in the line of rocks. Just after that is another kind of section of trees, and at the base of 2 of these trees is the most well hidden stash in the whole game. It is here. You just have to find it. There we go. So it's a bit of a pain. It's kind of, you've got these 2 trees, this tree, and the stash is there. Hunt around a bit for it, you'll find it. That's number 14. Stash number 15 is considerably easier to find than stash number 14. Head north a little bit. Head up onto the rocks. Now, again, you need to be careful of the rogues here because they have a clear line of sight, but for the purposes of this video, we're heading straight towards them, basically. You've got the easternmost rogue building here, and we're heading straight towards it. On the southernmost corner, so this corner here, on the outside you've got those boxes, you've got that pipe, you've got a second pipe, and you've got the corner of the wall, and just under the pipe is stash number 15. Stash number 16 is west of stash number 15. We need to head across the rogue camp, over to this cluster of rocks, and we've come across here from that hole in the fence. Avoid breaking your legs. And just down here in this clump of trees close to the rock on the right hand side, carry on through a bit towards the large rock, and by the last tree you got the stash, and that's number 16. Stash number 17 can be found just north of stash number 16. So if we head back up to the road, and well, we've sort of got the road on our right here. We're running parallel to it at the moment. So we go past this small spread out clump of rocks, and you've got this kind of small hill, if you like, with a clump of trees at the top. We're going to the left of that clump of trees, and just down here in this sparsely kind of, it's small clump of trees next to a bush, basically, just the other side of the hill. Yeah, you've got stash number 17. Stash number 18 is further north again from stash 17. We carry on up the coastline, keeping the coast on our left and the road on our right. You've got this large patch of rocks. We're going to go straight up that. And you've got the train yard on our right. You've got a line of trees along the side of the road. You've got a pair of concrete barriers there and a tyre in the grass there. We're heading to the left of that tyre, following the rocks around to the right, around to the left. You pass by this boulder, and just behind it is the stash. That's number 18. Stash number 19 can be found inside the train yard. So that's the train yard. You've got the concrete wall in front of us that runs along the front of the train yard. That's what we're going to follow. Train yard and buildings on the left. And we are just following all the way down to that corner over there. So carry on along the pipe. And you've got that small bush, that slightly larger bush, and the concrete wall. This one is very, very well hidden. You've just got to look out for the top of the barrel, basically. It's hidden in the grass, and it's a bit of a pain in the arse to find. It wins the award for runner-up in most well-hidden stash, and that's number 19. Stash number 20 can be found just north of stash number 19. We head up the train yard, following the concrete wall on our right, past these containers, keeping the main train yard building to our left. We pass by the fuel tanks here, and you've got this kind of wagon over on the left-hand side. We're going to head towards that. Go around the left-hand side of it. There's the kind of like towing point at the front of it. You've got this bush. It's quite a large, spread-out bush with a tree next to it. And just in the base of that bush is well-hidden camo stash number 3, next to the fence post, basically. And that is stash number 20. Guys, thank you for watching. If you made it this far and found the guide helpful, consider liking the video and subscribing. It helps me out a lot, meaning I can reach and hopefully help more people. I hope 2023 is off to a good start for you. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.